The Lord is not going to care in those times, man. Okay? And even when Yahawashi comes back, man, it's going to be straight blood. It's going to be straight gnashing of teeth, just like the Lord said, man. Okay? All that mercy is going to go out the window, and you're going to see it too. The reason why we are always saying that the mercy is going to go out the window is because look who the Lord set up to execute, his plans, man. Okay? The most merciless man known to man. You saw Edom, okay? A man not even capable of mercy, man. That's why the Lord set this man up over us, man. Okay? This is Exodus chapter 23. Verse 2. You know what? I'm sorry to get that. Skip that one. Okay, Jeremiah chapter 19, verse 9. Alright? Only the elects can understand at the end of the day, you guys. You know what I'm saying? If you're still watching these videos, if you're doing the videos, you possibly are a member of the elect. Those are the elect's traits, man. In the last days, they'll hearken unto the word of the Lord. That's you hearkening unto the word of the Lord. You're consistently meditating on the Lord. Okay, you're doing the losses when the cameras are off. You know what I'm saying? You're doing the videos. You come down here and teaching. You're possibly a member of the elect, man. Those are characteristics of the elect. Okay? Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 9, it says, and I will cause them to eat the flesh of their sons. And you know what? Before we read that, let's jump back up. Let's read verse 6, okay? Because this is exactly what's going to happen in those times. And this has happened before, okay? It's happened in Rome, okay, in the Roman siege. I believe it was 70 AD, okay? Right? It was 70 AD, okay? So the time, what happened? Okay? Jake got cooked, okay? Jake literally got cooked, man. Okay, Jake got cooked, literally. All right, and every time there's a fight or whatever, okay, or warring with nations, what happens, man? Okay. So I'm just being watching this. Some crazy shit. All right. So we'll continue. Right, so yeah, 70 AD, man, okay, when the Roman siege happened, okay, and Jake was going through the famine, okay, which we're going to go through another famine again, okay, right, so we're going to start off in verse 4, it says, actually, no, we can go on verse 1, Jeremiah chapter 19, verse 1, it says, thus saith the Lord power, go and get a potter's earth bottle, and take the ancients of the people and the ancients of the priests, verse 2, and go forth into the valley of the son of Hinnom, which is the entry of the east gate, and proclaim these words, and I shall tell them thee, verse 3, and say, hear ye the word of the Lord, O kings of Judah, and inhabitants of Jerusalem. Thus saith the Lord power of hosts, and the God of Israel, behold, I will bring evil upon this place, which whosoever heareth his ears shall take it, okay? Which is basically what we got, man, okay? Because that fear got put into our hearts, man, okay? We already know what the word heart is, man, mind, okay? So that fear got put into our hearts, man. The same way how we are listening, we're teaching, okay, the word is the same way how we came in, man. Someone was probably teaching the word, you probably heard it somewhere, okay? That's how it works, man. A trickle effect, man, okay? It says, behold, let's go over verse 4, because they have forsaken me, meaning forgotten. We've forgotten the Lord, which we literally have. The whole world, this is why that destruction is going to be so immense, man. It's because the world has forgot. The world was in some type of, order or structure when everybody knew who the Lord was. Everyone's like, hell no, man, I ain't doing that. They always had that in the back of their mind. Oh, God can judge me. God can, take me out. Okay? If a man can't get me, God gonna get me. That's how they used to live in the ancient world, man. Okay, they knew not to mess with the Israelites because they knew that if they messed with the Israelites, they knew what was going to come after that, man. Okay, they knew what was going to happen after that, man. All right. So again, all right, they've forsaken me and have arranged the place and have burned incense onto other gods. Okay, that's what Jake was doing. Jake was worshiping other gods in Israel as well. Okay, Jake was literally making temples, all that shit. That is nothing new now, man. Okay, I kind of remember it, or not remember it, but when I think of it, it's kind of like the modern time, like having a recording studio or all those stuff. or movie studio, you guys are making movies and songs worshiping other gods. You're worshiping other things. You don't even reference the Lord. Okay? You know? That's kind of like the same thing when you really think of it, man. We having those recording studios or even movie sets, okay? And you're giving alms and other things to other things that you think have power, or other gods, what we call it, okay? It's the same concept, man. We don't physically have to make temples no more, which people still do make temples, but, you know, people, you know, when you really think deep into it, man, you know, it's kind of the same thing, okay? Those movies, what do they always say about those movies now? They say there's an agenda. When there's music, all these industry, they always have agendas, which is always business, but it's money. It's gonna make money. So whatever's gonna generate revenue, a lot of money, they're gonna do it, man, no matter what. Okay? They're gonna do it, even if it means talking about killing other people and all that shit. You know, it's the same concept, man. All right. Whom nor their fathers have known, nor the kings of Judah have filled the place with blood of the innocents. Verse 5, they have built up high places of Baal to burn to burn their sons with fire for burnt offerings. And that's literally what they're doing now. Literally the same industries I'm talking about. They literally sacrifice people still. It's the same, like I'm telling you guys, man, it's the same concept, man. Okay? And who dominates the music industry and the movies industry? It's Jake. Jake is the biggest actors in the world. Jake is the biggest musicians in the world. Okay? What are they doing in order to get that fame, get the fame, the prosperity? Okay, the dream. What do they have to do? They have to sacrifice something, man. Okay? Burn their sons with fire for the burnt offerings unto Baal, which I've commanded not. And they don't even have to physically kill them. They could just give them to the industry. Because a lot of people in the industries, their kids, that's why their kids are in the industry, or their cousins or their family is aligned with those industries, is because it's called a sacrifice. The industry owns those families, so they're a part of the agenda. Whatever they want them to act, they're gonna act. Whatever music they want them to put out, they're gonna put out. They don't even have to be a good musician. They'll edit that shit in the studio and all that shit, man. It's all about money and business and an agenda. That's what it's all about, man. Okay, and this is nothing new, man. This shit has been going on for since ancient times, man. Okay, certain people put into place through you know, behind the scenes they're working some shit or whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? This is how it's always been, man. Okay, this is how it's always been, man. You know, like they call it, it's one big circle or party, and you can't get in. Okay, all right. It says, which I've commanded not, nor spake neither came it into my mind. Verse 6. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord power, that this place shall be no more called Tobith, nor the valley of Summahimoth, but the valley of slaughter. Because their ass was wicked, man. They're worshiping other gods. The same concept, man. All right, verse 7. And I will not void the counts of Judah and Jerusalem in this place, and I will cause them to fall by the sword before their enemies, and by the hands of them that seek their lives, and their carcasses I will give to meat for the fowls of heaven and the beasts of the earth. That's literally what's going to happen too. The fowls of heaven and the beasts of the earth are those scavenger animals, seagulls, crows, okay? You have scorpion, you have animals that eat that shit, okay? Raccoons, possums, okay? Skunks, those type of animals eat. That's how you don't eat certain things, man. Okay? Because you have scavenger animals you're not even supposed to eat, okay? Right, fall by the sword. Judah's gonna fall by the sword. By who? The hand of their enemies. The sword comes in many facets, guys. The sword comes in death, a gun, fucking hanging you from a tree. The sword comes in many facets. The sword just represents death, man. So the enemies have the power of death in their hand because what? They slaughter us, man. Okay? That's literally what's coming. Jacob's trouble, man. Okay? Verse 8. And I will make this city desolate, and the hissing, everyone that passes thereby shall be astonished, which means amazed, and hiss at all the plagues thereof. Everyone's gonna be amazed at how America is going to fall, man, and how bad it's gonna get. Okay, that's the spirit too, because I was watching a little bit of Hurricane Katrina, what was going on. I'm like, shit, this ain't nothing, man. Certain cities are gonna be flooded. Certain cities are gonna be on fire. Certain cities are just gonna be dead zones. You cannot go in there. If you go in there, it's immediate death. Okay. A lot of that stuff is going, that's realistic things, the things that you see in the movie and stuff, when cities fall and all this types of stuff, man. Okay? So you guys are, man. Hey, man. Everyone's gonna be astonished, literally marveled at how America is falling. They're the greatest nation, but they fall. They're gonna mock America just like that. They're gonna mock them. I'm telling you. Verse 9, and I will cause them to eat the flesh of their sons and the flesh of their daughters, and they shall eat everyone the flesh of his friend in the siege. What do we call it? The Roman siege. Okay, that's literally what. Yo, man, I just like keep trying to tell you guys that cannibalism is gonna come back, man. Okay, when Jacob Trouble's here and there's a famine and you can't eat, people are gonna be eating their kids, man. People are gonna be eating their grandmother that's on a ventilator and needs oxygen. Okay, people are gonna try to eat their wife. Their wife's gonna try to eat their husband. Everyone's gonna be trying to eat each other. I'm telling you, man. Okay, just like in the book of Eli, that movie Eli. Okay, and Eli put it to the crib with the 2 old people, and then he's like, "What the fuck? They have meat, fresh cooked meat. Where the hell you get that meat from?" And I'm supposed to, if you have meat, man, if people cooking and giving you meat, man, do not eat that shit, man. Okay, that's some type of animal you should not be eating. That's some type of human you definitely should not be eating. Okay, and the dude started, and Eli started too. He's like, "What the hell?" He's seeing. He's like, "Oh, they have meat." Okay, like, where they looked at each other like, "Nah, we're good. We're not gonna eat this." Okay, all right, yo, man, I'm telling you, man, cannibalism is gonna make a huge comeback, man. Okay, these people even they don't think shit already. So imagine they're hungry, they haven't showered, they can't get a good night's rest. Okay, they're thirsty. Okay, they have their things robbed consistently from scavengers, looters, probably mercenaries from martial law. Think about it, man. People are gonna be the desperation is gonna be at an all-time high. People are gonna be eating each other, killing each other for a can of beans, for a piece of cookie. Okay, people are even gonna be eating themselves. People are gonna be chopping up. It's like it.